I tried to tell everybody COVID was not going anywhere for the summer. Their explanation didn't make any sense. They were banking on this because the flu and the cold usually subside in the summer. Well, this is nothing like the flu or the cold. It's nothing like that. So, therefore, it is really inappropriate to try to make that comparison and say it'll be gone in the summer. Now you see this is not happening. And they seriously need to stop talking about a second wave. You haven't even gotten through the first one yet. We're still in the first one. There is no second wave because you didn't even resolve this mess the first time. I mean, come on now. So this is CNN, June 28th, 2020. Only two U.S. states are reporting a decline in new coronavirus cases, which means the rest of the country are reporting either flatlined or increases. A rise was reported in a staggering 36 states, including Florida, which some experts have cautioned could be the next epicenter of infections. Yeah, because you reopened too soon. Officials there and across the US are also warning of an increase in cases among younger people. Florida reported 9,585 new coronavirus cases Saturday, a single day record since the start of the pandemic. The number of rival those of New York's peak in early April. New York's new case tally Saturday was about 6% of Florida's. On Sunday, Florida Department of Health reported another 8,530 new cases. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said the state surge in cases in the past week was the result of a test dump, echoing the assertion from the White House that an increase in testing is resulting in higher numbers. No, what it is saying is there are far more people out here with this that you never counted before. And see, Trump wants to lower the testing because he wants to give the illusion that it's not so much of this out there, and it's the opposite. It's a lot of COVID out here. A lot. All right. So he can echo that all he wants. This just confirms that there are far more cases than what's being reported on a regular basis. The ex-head of the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention contended the increase was actually not an anomaly related to testing numbers and warned more spread and deaths were in the country's future. As a doctor, a scientist, an epidemiologist, I can tell you with 100% certainty that in most states where you're seeing an increase, it is a real increase. It is not more tests, it's more spread of the virus. Exactly. That's what I'm saying too. I agree with that. Former CDC Director Tom Frieden told Fox News on Sunday, in the South, the numbers are rising as a result of hasty reopenings, he said. Exactly. And it's going to continue to get worse for weeks. Deaths are not yet spiking because deaths lag infections about a month, he said, estimating the nation will see at least 15,000 more deaths in the next month. This virus still has the upper hand, Frieden told Fox News. Record numbers may underestimate cases. Oh, yeah, they have downplayed the numbers from March all the way up until now, and they're still trying to do it. And I think that's horrible because that is, as far as this thing being out in the public, the only ones that are going to suffer from them downplaying the numbers is the public. This all came as the U.S. broke another record. recording the highest number of new cases in a single day Friday, at least 40,173 new infections. Wow, that is astronomical. But you know what, y'all? Get used to seeing those numbers and even higher. Get used to it. The daunting numbers could be a tip of the iceberg, Frieden said. A CDC survey suggests the total number of coronavirus infections across the US could actually be 6 to 24 times greater than reported. As cases spike, US travelers are unlikely to be allowed into Europe is already saying US, they don't want Americans there. And I'm sure many other countries are going to be making their announcements about American citizens not coming to their country. You're not wanted, plain and simple. Officials in parts of the US are now trying to reel in the spread of the virus, which many experts said is spiraling out of control, by making pleas to the public's young population to keep their distance, urging the use of face masks and halting their reopening plans. The US now hit with more than 2.53 million infections and at least 125,630 deaths, according to Johns Hopkins University. 36 states reporting a rise in cases are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Cases are tracked steadily in Delaware, Indiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Dakota, Oregon, South Dakota, and Virginia. New York on Sunday boasted its fewest deaths, 5, since March 15, and hospitalizations below 900. About 1% of the tests conducted in the state Saturday were positive, resulting in 616 new cases in 43 counties, according to a news release from Governor Andrew Cuomo's office. At least 12 states halted or rolled back their reopening plans in hopes of curbing the spread of the virus. Washington Governor Jay Inslee announced Saturday that he's sitting. He said he's going to hit the pause button. They're going to sit on this for a while because of the increase of coronavirus in Washington state. Some counties, we're preparing to enter the 4th phase of reopening, and what essentially means no restrictions, the governor said in a statement. That's really not very wise. But see, these folks never have made wise decisions at all. They tell you they make wise decisions, but they really don't. And for all this time, they keep you distracted with things that really don't matter: sports, entertainment, anything to distract you from really seeing how poorly they're doing in their leadership. That's how they skirted away with it all this time. But many people are opening their eyes, and that's a good thing. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also announced last week he'd pause any further phase to reopen the state. I ask all Texans to do their part to slow the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a mask, washing their hands regularly, and social distancing from others. The more we all follow these guidelines, the safer our state will be, and the more we can open up Texas for business. A day later, Abbott also said he was closing bars and limiting restaurant capacities. Arizona governor has also announced that the state's reopening is on pause as a result of a major spike in cases. We expect that our numbers will be worse next week and the week following, Governor Doug Ducey said. Please to young groups. In recent days, officials across the U.S. have reported a rise in cases among younger groups. In Mississippi, officials have pointed to fraternity parties as one of the drivers behind the state's cases. California Governor Gavin Newsom said last week that there's been an increase in California young group testing positive for the virus. There is a sense that a lot of young people, well, you're young, so you feel a little bit more invincible, but respectively, often that can be a selfish mindset, Newsom said. In Florida, Governor DeSantis said while the median age of those infected with the virus in March was in the 60s, in the past 2 to 3 weeks, it's dropped to people in their early 30s. The governor urged younger groups to be vigilant in their, saying that they need to take it more seriously. That's what he's pretty much telling them. So the community transmission, he said, is being driven by people from 18 to 35 years old. And that same thing is happening in our state. Right now, the average age is like 29 years old of people getting coronavirus, even in my state. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good. I'm telling you, I think July is going to be a tough month for this country. And August, we will see when we get there. But right now, it's looking bad. It's looking really bad. And I blame it on too many people jumping the gun to reopen these states when your numbers were not going down. So why are you reopening states? And as far as that group that went up to the Capitol with weapons, you're not medical professionals. I'll continue to say that. You're not in any position to tell somebody what to open. So, ladies and gentlemen, there were many people pointing out how many of the red states are the ones that are seeing the biggest numbers. Well, we shall see if that changes anytime soon. We shall see. But that's pretty bad when only 2 states reported declines and no other state here. Wow, that's huge. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Expect more bad decisions from the same people that got high IQs. That's all I got to say to you. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.